You know what the most painful part of building an online business is? It's not the slow months, it's not the failed ads, and it's definitely not the webinars that fall flat. It's that moment when you're sitting alone at your desk realizing, I'm doing everything and nothing is actually moving. Everyone tells you to be consistent, keep pushing, just provide value, but deep down you feel it. You're stuck in the waiting room of your own potential. And what I'm about to show you today is the roadmap that gets you out of that room permanently. This is the 0 to 100K month architecture. Not the fluffy one, not the motivational one, but definitely the dangerous one. The one that actually works. But first, let me take you into a story. A few months ago, an entrepreneur named Elias reached out to me. I knew instantly something was off by the way he spoke. People try to hide desperation. They have a certain tone, a softness mixed with pressure, like they're holding their breath, hoping the next sentence will change their life. So anyway, he said, Carlos, I feel like I'm doing everything right, but my results don't reflect my effort. I genuinely don't understand what I'm missing. And then he said it, the line I've heard from literally every client right before their breakthrough. He said, I don't want to be average, but I'm scared that I am. Now that hit me because I've been there. You've been there. All of us been there. Everyone with ambition has that moment where they question if greatness was ever really in reach. While the truth is, Elias wasn't average. No, he wasn't. He was unstructured. And structure is the difference between someone who hustles for survival and someone who scales to 100K months. Let me show you the real architecture, the one that nobody else teaches because it kills 90% of the content hamster wheel industry. There are three irreversible phases. Okay, let's start with phase one, the attention proof stage. This is where you go from 0 to 10K months. This is where most people actually bleed out. Here, your only goal is to make strangers stop scrolling because they feel something. Not to buy, not to click, just feel. Here are some metrics that prove that you are ready for phase two. You need about 35 to 45% webinar watch time to midpoint. This is crucial. You need one hook outperforming all others. And then obviously, feedback is paramount in this case as well. So if you get 3 to 5 replies per 100 leads, that's perfect. Now, if these numbers aren't real, you don't have a traffic problem. You have an invisibility problem. Now, phase two is the belief transfer stage. This is where you go from 10K to roughly 40K a month. Now, people think webinars are about value. Couldn't be further from the truth. A webinar is a belief transfer machine. So here are the metrics that you want to look out for. 10 to 18% application rate. That's good. 18 to 30% close rate, and one cinematic story arc. We'll talk about this more later on this channel. And then you need at least one moment where the prospect whispers, that's me. Now, if you don't create identity resonance, you don't convert. Simple as that. Now, phase three is the engineering stage. This is the most important stage. 40K to 100K months. This is where it happens because this is where speed finally matters. Success here is boring and predictable, to be honest with you. Now, you need one hero webinar that worked, you tested it, it works. You need one acquisition funnel, which we're going to talk about a lot here on this channel, one weekly optimization loop, and zero randomness. You need zero emotional decision making at this point as well. Seriously, you only care about data at this point. Now, Daniel, the student I mentioned earlier, when he finally obeyed the architecture, he hit 112K in 47 days. That's crazy, mind blowing, right? And he didn't post more, he didn't hustle more, he didn't manifest. He engineered it. We worked with him step by step to engineer it to phase three. Now, here's a couple of things that you can start implementing today. Grab a sheet of paper right after this video. Write these 3 sentences down and answer them. The reason strangers should pay attention to me is ... answer it. The reason people believe I can help them is ... the same thing. The reason this can scale predictably is ... answer it. If any sentence feels foggy, incomplete, or forced, that's the exact reason you're stuck. Your business isn't confused. Your architecture is confused. Now, here's a bonus tip for you, okay, before I let you go. A pilot once told me something that changed how I think about scaling. He said, people think turbulence crashes planes. He said, it doesn't. Poor structure does. You're not failing because of external turbulence. Algorithms, competitors, ad costs, luck. Those are bumps. But if the plane isn't engineered, a bump becomes a disaster. Your webinar is the plane, your message is the engine, your structure is the frame. Strengthen these and you can fly through storms. Now, if you want help engineering your 100K month architecture, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because that's what this channel is all about, to help you reach that magical number. Whether you join or not, remember something: no one is meant to stay invisible. Not you, not now. You're better than that.